Bishop KUKAH says Nigeria government are Islamic fundamentalists with stealth bombs. The only difference between the government and Boko Haram is holding a bomb, Bishop Matthew Hassan KUKAH claimed. The beheading of the 10 Christians by Islamic militants in Nigeria has sparked a condemnation by a bishop who accuses the government of using different methods to achieve the same goal of Islamic dominance. In the wake of the Christmas Day attack by Islamic State West African Province ISWAP and attack by Boko Haram on Christmas Eve, Bishop Matthew Hassan KUKAH of Sokoto told Catholic Charity Aid to the church in need of his disgust with the authorities. He said the only difference between the government and Boko Haram is holding a bomb. He added, they are using the levers of power to secure the supremacy of Islam, which then gives more weight to the idea that it can be achieved by violence. With the situation in Nigeria, it is hard to see the moral basis they have to defeat Boko Haram. They have created the conditions to make it possible for Boko Haram to behave the way they are behaving. On Boxing Day 2019, ISWAP released a video beheading 10 Christians and shooting one Muslim, saying they were avenging the death of Abu Baghdadi, Daesh ISIS leader, and other senior Daesh members killed during a US raid in October. This followed a Christmas Eve attack by Boko Haram in which even 7 were killed. The UN estimates that over 2.2 million have been displaced by Boko Haram's action between 2013 and 2015. More than 11,000 people were killed by the group. Bishop KUKAH said the Nigerian government, by packing key government positions with hardline Muslims, gives tacit approval to such groups. If the people in power do enough to integrate Christians, then they give oxygen to Islamism. If they have countries where everybody is Muslim in power, then you give vent to the idea that Islam should be supreme. Bishop KUKAH hit out against Western nations who he said are happy to mine the resources of Africa but not defend its people. He said Western nations are not doing enough. They have shown that the resources of Africa are more important than the ordinary people. Clearly, the Western nations could have reduced the influence of Boko Haram by 80 or 90%. They have deliberately not done enough. Bishop KUKAH said that the only thing preventing Nigeria from being engulfed in civil war was the peaceful tenet of Christianity. He said Christians have every reason to feel insecure, and also there is a general feeling of their marginalization from the political process. If the principles of our religion were different, there would be a civil war by now. It is the glory of our religion that this hasn't happened. It is difficult to preach peace in this context. Any resolution depends on how Christians decide to react. They won't use violence, but what will they do? Wow. This article was provided by Aid to the Church in Need UK. Honestly, I don't even seem to understand Father KUKAH, I mean Bishop KUKAH, because at times he will say something, at times he will do another thing. I'm surprised that he's speaking in this line. You know, a lot of them are beginning to speak now because since US came with their reports, they are beginning to speak out now. Because I could remember the other time he was telling Nigerians that, oh, Buhari is this, is that, Buhari is the best, Buhari is whatever. You know, everybody was just like looking at this man, say, okay. So now, see the way he's describing the government and all of that. But one thing is that these governments, I don't know if really they are not doing, or they are not acting, or they are not behaving the way people are insinuating, or they don't have that kind of mindset of what people are really insinuating or people are accusing them of. I think they should be able to do the needful, because you can imagine people have told you change your service chiefs. They just remain adamant. They are not ready to do anything. They are not ready to make any changes. You cannot be doing something over and over again and expect different results. And expect different results. And again, no international person, everybody will want to come and get from you. If you are expecting the international community to come and help you, there's a limit to which they can do. They can just, they cannot, even if they are going to give their best, they can't give more than 20%. If at all they just want to look into your matter, it is not in their place to tell you do this or don't do that, because at the end of the day, they still have it at the back of their mind that you are a sovereign state. Unless you call them for help, even if you call them for help, you must have taken some steps on your own. You must do a lot of things. Nobody's coming to help you. Oh, any country, they will want to get from you. That is just human nature. They will want to get from you. If you cannot put your house together, if you cannot put yourself together to do the right thing, nobody's coming to help you. That is just it. Everybody naturally will want to get something from other people. So if you are waiting for them, just like he said, oh, they're not doing enough. How will they do enough when you have all the resources, you have everything at your disposal to do the right thing? Even when they advise you, don't take it. We don't take it. So you expect them to just leave their own country and be, to come and give you order. No, they won't do that. There's a limit to which they can do. So in my opinion, our Nigerian government should be able to do the needful. If really the every things that they are all the things that they have been accused of, if they are not really part of it, they should be able to do the needful, change the narratives, because this accusation is becoming something else. And if you are not really shifting ground, definitely people will see it that way. People who are insinuating, of course, some people they're not insinuating, some people just know what they are talking about. And the reason they have been saying, okay, all the leadership position, this government, they put some certain religion people there, that they are mounting their, they are all, majority of them are holding position. And yet you don't want to change the narratives. If you have the good intention, or if you know that that is not what you are after, then you do the needful. You try to balance it. Because this government, if you look at it, their nepotism is something else. If a president will come and tell you, oh, I only work with people that I'm I'm comfortable with, the people I'm used to, the people I believe in. Is it going to be like that? Government is not like that, because you are. It is not your private company. It is not your private home. This Nigeria belongs to everybody. Some people will not want to hear that, because they will tell you that is how it ought to be. But in the real sense, in reality, it is not so. Some people have already hijacked it. Before now, the president's wife has been coming out to say a lot of things. They will not say anything, because they know that she's saying the truth, but because she's coming from their side. But if other people who are not in their caucus, or who are not in their party, or who are not even in their terrain, they would tell that person to be, sowing a seed of discord. So the government should do the needful, because when people are accusing you of something, then you need to change your ways. Change your ways. Because with what is happening now, people can definitely see the direction you are going to. But if you know that you are not going through that direction, or into that direction, then you should change your way. You should change your way and make things, make sure you balance things up. Balance things up. Because we can't continue like this. But the unfortunate thing is there is that the whole world is already seeing what they are doing. So irrespective of anything that anybody is going to say, so you are not going to say, oh, these people, because they are not part of you, then they don't really see any good thing in you. If other countries, if other people outside the country are saying the same thing, then you need to check yourself. You need to check yourself. I could remember the Murik man, the Muslim rights other organization, I don't know, but Murik Ishak Akitola, he was just coming out to be saying some petty things. Oh, Christians kind of just crying foul that they are being persecuted, they are being persecuted. With all of these things that we are seeing, is it not enough for somebody to say that at the end of the day, it was not telling of how Christians have more holidays than Muslims, talking about a New Year Day, five times a year, the Christians are always having public holiday. And somebody was, even from the comment section, somebody was like, whether Muslim holiday or Christian holiday, everybody enjoys it. It is for everybody to sit at home to enjoy yourself. It's an holiday, so it is not really meant for, okay, because Christians there's Christian holiday now, so all the Muslim must go to work. The Christian will stay back at home. That is not the issue. If you come again, if Muslims are doing their own festival, it doesn't matter. Everybody, whether you're Christian, you must sit down at home. They will not say, oh, Muslims, you sit down at home, then Christians should come to work. It doesn't work that way. So I don't know. The man is so really petty, and they're the one even exposing themselves the more. Now you're saying that they won't be marginalized. There is nothing you're going to say or you want to cover up. The whole world is seeing. Everybody knows what is happening and they know the position of these governments. Even if they cannot come out outrightly to tell you what to do because they always claim that they are sovereign states. So they will just be looking at you. But unless maybe to get to where situation things will be worse, just like the case of Shore, until when the US government saw that these people, they are not really going to take it lightly because they are towing the same route, the same way they handled Dasuki. That was the way they were going, and that was when they came in, and immediately they released the man, and now they are telling us so they release him based on compassion and all of that. All this back and forth. If many excuses, because we can say they are lies, many excuses that the DSS was given that they couldn't release the man because this and that. And all of those ones they are not just tenable. So that is just the way it is. So for Reverend Father KUKAH, Bishop KUKAH to be saying this, they know what they are talking about. But it's just as today they will say another thing when they are not supposed to say things, they will, they will cover out some things. So everybody must speak the truth at the right time. You don't just wait on when things until when things get deteriorated, because that time you might not be able to get your desired result. Then things must have gotten bad. So guys, that is just the way it is. Somebody says, thank God you have realized yourself now, because you were defending Buhari's government before. Now you have seen the handwriting on the wall. Of course, I said it because it came out and said something different, and now he's saying another thing. I'm just really surprised. And someone says, it's true, don't mind him. All these northerners are the same. Their Christians are the most hypocritical and whatever people you have in Nigeria. Let them dance to their music. Everyone's destiny is in their hands. It's the survival of the fittest. Someone say, true talk, everybody knows this. The Sultan and his followers will jump and start denying now. But this particular person has a different opinion. He said, when Christian like Baba Basanjo and his service chiefs, Jonathan with his service chiefs, that are all Christians, what do they achieve to destroy Boko Haram, especially Goodluck? What did he do? Even money allocated to buy weapons were shared. Please, for crying out loud, we are together. We know other country. Bishop, please note average Nigerian Muslim or Christian, especially from Southwest, wants what? I don't understand what this person is saying. Do they really want war? And someone says here that the real enemies of Nigeria are those who call themselves men of God. I'm very disappointed by this comment. Let him know that Chibok girls were taken away during Jonathan's regime. Was that about Christianity and the government? Those who beat the drum of war will definitely dance to the music when the time comes. Nigeria problem does not have any remedy except giving referendum to uh, component regions of the country to decide continue membership. If not, we will be running a circle of problems. Please, can anyone tell me ideology behind the Boko Haram? Is it not Islamized Nigeria? Is that different from the ideology of Sultan of Sokoto, Buhari, Emir of Kano, El-Rufai, Britain, Dambuze, etc.? Boko Haram is a northern Muslim army. Check all the school girls they have kidnapped. They are all Christians dominated. They are all Christian dominated school girls. So this Nigeria problem is really, really compounded, because at the end of the day, the people, like I always say, the problem is from is from everybody. It's from everybody, because you see the people, some people from the south, southeast, south, southwest, they will still join hands together and be working with these people. We have the likes of them, and they don't see anything wrong in what the masses are saying. But believe you me, once they are not with them, they are not getting some stuff, some coins into their pockets, you will hear them talking. You see, what is it called? Festus Keyamu. just imagine that Festus Keyamo is not part of this government. You would have heard the way he would be raising his voices, he would be talking on top of the roof. But now, even Oshomole, just imagine that he's not part of this government. Even Bola Tinubu, just imagine that he's not part of this government, whether they will not talk. So the problem is all over. It's all over. It's all over. So we don't even know where to go, because if you say, okay, this is what we want to do, those people, principalities and powers all over the country from different regions, they will tell you no, it's not going to work because of their own selfish interest. So let us continue until our eyes will be cleared. Everybody's eye will be cleared. But now some people's eyes are cleared. Some no are not ready. Some people can even see, but they just decided to turn a blind eye to all of those things. So guys, that's my opinion. Let's hear your take concerning what Bishop KUKAH has said concerning this government. Leave your comments below. Bye.